Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So the 13th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita opens with this verse of Lord Krishna, where Lord Krishna says, Idam shariram kaunte kshetramitya vidhiyate etadyo vettitam prahu. You can lower the volume a little bit. Kshetrajneti tadvidah. He kaunteya, idam shariram kshetramiti abhidhiyate. His body is called kshetra. Etadyo vetti, the one who knows the body is called kshetrajna. So here Lord Krishna says that what is taken to be one entity, namely I or the ego, is in fact made up of two entities. So where there is two, we look upon that as one. Like the red hot iron ball, where there are two entities, iron and fire. But somebody would think it's fireball. And there the iron picks up the upchande and they will take a red iron ball, put it in a furnace, heat it, becomes red hot. So then it's called fireball. In fireball, there are two things, iron and fire. Looks like one fireball, but in fact it is made up of two entities, iron and fire. The round shape belongs to fire. The red color belongs to, round shape belongs to iron. The red color belongs to fire. So each one seems to adopt the attribute of the other. So looking at it, we cannot say here is iron and here is fire, because wherever the iron is, there the fire is. But, and one who does not know that there are two entities may take it as one entity. You may think that iron burned me, I was burned by tea, I was burned by water. Sometimes you take hot tea, I am burnt by tea. Tea burns. Water is too hot, burnt. So tea burns, water burns. Can water burn? Take water from this faucet, touch it, does it burn? So what burns? You heat it up. So is it water? Then when you heat it up, then is it only water or there is something else in there also? When you heat up, what happens? Water becomes hot. How? It boils, but why does it boil? Put it over here, that's right. What happens is, the fire comes into water. When you heat it, you know what happens? The fire comes into water, so water becomes hot. So hot water actually is a combination of two things, water and heat. Heat is from fire. So we call it hot water. Looks like one entity. In fact, there are two, water and fire. So normally we say water burnt me. So in hot water there is water and fire. So when you say water burnt me, what burns, The fire and the water burns. If you don't know that, you'll keep on blaming water, poor thing, So, therefore we should know what does what. That it is fire in the water that burns. And the water is hot not because of itself, but because of fire. So even when water feels hot, water is not hot. What is hot? Fire. Therefore, when fire goes away, water cools down, it becomes the original self, which is what? Water is cold. So even when water is hot, in our mind we know that the heat belongs to fire. The fluidity belongs to water. Heat belongs to fire. Similarly, in the red hot iron ball, you know that the round shape belongs to iron. And the red color and heat belongs to fire. Not physically, you don't physically separate them. Where do you separate? In the mind. How do you separate? When you know what is the nature of fire and what's the nature of iron, then we can separate the two in our mind. The round color doesn't belong to fire. Fire doesn't have color. Round doesn't have form. So fire has adopted the form of iron. I know iron is black in color, appears red. So iron has adopted the color of fire. So like this here also, in our case, there is this body. Life, isn't it? Sentient. So we think this is one entity. But here there are two entities. What are the two? Body and consciousness. Consciousness is like fire. Body is like iron. How fire, which is formless, appears to have form because of association with iron. So fire, which is formless by nature, appears round. So appears to have, because fire doesn't become round. Because when it separates, when the iron cools down, fire becomes what it was. So even when it is associated with iron, fire does not become round. Fire appears round. Similarly, when iron is heated, iron does not become red. Iron appears red. Iron does not become hot. Iron appears hot. If we do not know what is real and what is appearance, for iron, the round shape is its nature, what we call inherent. Whereas the red color and the heat are the incidental because of association with fire. In fire, the heat and color are inherent. The form is incidental. That's all that we should know here also. The consciousness, which is formless, appears to have gained the form of the body. So I, who am consciousness, I take this body to be myself because body feels as though it is a conscious entity. But the consciousness which is in the body is borrowed. Just as the red color in the iron is borrowed from fire. So also sentiency in this body is not its own. It is borrowed from consciousness. And consciousness appears to have form of the body, is borrowed from body. So this kind of union is there of consciousness, which is self, and body, which is like the iron ball, which is a medium where consciousness expresses. What happens in our life is because we do not know the 2 as 2, we take the 2 as 1. Meaning that, not realizing that the form that we feel about consciousness is because of body. Even when consciousness appears to have the form of the body, in fact consciousness is formless. Even when it appears to have the form of the body. Formless means what? Does not have limitation of space. Form means limitation of space. Formless means not limited by space. So not limited by time. So not limited. Consciousness is unlimited, limitless. But because of association with the body, the limitless consciousness appears to be limited. So I, who is consciousness, thinks that I am of the shape of the body. The body is born, consciousness is not born. I think I was born, I am growing old, I am going to die. So this lack of viveka means to separate the two. Where two entities have so mutually merged, united with each other, that where there are two, it appears to be one. Then what we require is vivek, separation. Where does separation take place? Not outside. You can't separate conscious body from consciousness. So where should the separation take place? In the mind. So all that we need to know is that the shape or the form that I feel about myself is not mine, belongs to body. I thought I was born, birth belongs to body. Age belongs to body. Death belongs to body. When in the body, the birth, aging, death, all this take place, they don't take place in me. No problem, all problems are gone. Because age is a big problem. Hair is turning grey. I am growing old. Death is not far away. How many years? In Hindi there's a bahut gayi, thodi rahi. Means much has gone. Thodi may be or his approach. Mostly it's gone. So more than half the life is gone. Half also more than half is gone. All the time anxiety in me. What will happen to me? All disability of the body because of my disability. I feel helpless. I need help in doing this and I need help in doing that. I can't walk and I cannot climb up. So because of not realizing what is the nature of consciousness and what's the nature of body, on account of inability to separate the two, we constantly suffer. Because the limitations of the body are taken to be limitations of myself. That is samsara. But this is only reason for suffering. Huh? No other cause of suffering. Emotional suffering. Physical suffering is a different thing. It's prarabdha. Ishvara Srishti. Prarabdha we call Ishvara Srishti. Even the body is prarabdha. Someday I may perform action, but today Ishvara has created. So whatever happens to body is Ishvara Srishti. Whatever situation I come across, Ishvara Srishti. So as long as Ishvara Srishti is appreciated, Ishvara Srishti, and Jiva Srishti is Jiva Srishti. What is Ishvara Srishti? Body. What is Jiva Srishti? I am the body. Ishvara Srishti does not create emotional problems. Can create physical pain and stuff like that. Emotional problem. Samsara is emotional problem. So, Ishvara has created body. I create my own creation. What? I am the body. This is my body. I am the body. Ishvara has created all the circumstances. I create my own thing. What do I say? Desirable, undesirable, favorable, too hot, not favorable, too cold, not favorable, comfortable, favorable. Ishvara creates situation. Constantly I keep on creating by branding the situation. Ishta, anishta. Desirable, undesirable. This is called Jiva Srishti. So what causes problem in life? Not Ishvara Srishti. Jiva Srishti. There is a whole chapter devoted to this in Panchadashi. In the first 5 chapters of Panchadashi, there is all the Viveka. Tattva Viveka, Prakaranam, Panchakosha Viveka, there is Dvaita Viveka. Where Vidyaranya Swami says there is 2 kinds of Dvaita, duality. One is Dvaita created by Ishvara, all this. There is not a problem. Other is Dvaita created by myself, Jiva. This is called Jiva Srishti. So woman is created by Ishvara. Wife, that is my creation. Mother, sister, daughter, whatever I call it. She is my wife, Swami. When she was she born as wife? No. Somebody said, I declare you man and wife, and from then on I have now started, that has gone into my head. So it's good, it's required for Vyavahara, therefore we have to do that. But what I am saying is that there is Jiva Srishti. If you know that this is Jiva Srishti, then it's okay. What happens is, we take it to be real, that this is real Srishti. This is wife. So she's supposed to do this, supposed to do that. Our Swami used to get so excited. Idiot! She's not a wife, she's a woman. So this is where the problem comes. Nothing wrong in wife, daughter, etc. But we should realize that the wifeness is a superimposition I have done upon a woman. This is Ishvara's creation. That is required for Vyavahara. For Vyavahara, we do require superimposition. Like children play, what is household game? House. So this one girl becomes mother and this chap becomes a son, and like that, becomes teacher and student. And normally that fellow is beating her up, but today she has become teacher and he's older. Her students take 7 rounds. He used to give us a round as punishment. I don't take round. I'm not your student. He breaks it off. So then Jiva Srishti is gone, So for Vyavahara we need Vyavastha. For Vyavastha we do require a Jiva Srishti. As long as we are clear, Jiva Srishti is for a certain Vyavastha. Kate Kanta, Kaste Putra, Samsara, Atir Vichitra, Kasyatam, Kahkuta Ayata, Tattvam Chintaya, Tadeham Bhrataha. Bhrataha, Tattvam Chintaya. Shankaracharya Bhrataha, in all kindness, is my brother. He's telling us, Tattvam Chintaya. Think of Tattvam. Kate Kanta. You call Kanta means wife. Who is the one whom you call your wife? Kaste Putra. Who is the one whom you call your son? Samsaroyam Ati. What a Vichitra. there is no son and there is no wife. You call it son and wife. Do you realize that? Kasyatvam. I belong to her and she belongs. Kasyatvam. Who do you belong to? Who are you? I am husband, I am father. Who are you? Kuta ayata. Where have you come from? Where are you going? Tattvam chintaya tadiha bhrataha. My brother, tattvam chintaya. So our chintanam is what? Wife, son. That is our chintanam. Tattvam chintaya. Wife is alright. That's a role. In reality, who is she? Husband is alright. That's a role. In reality, who is the one whom I call husband? My son? Tattvam chintaya. So, this is how Jiva Srishti superimposition takes place when we cannot do viveka or discrimination or separation. So, right in the first verse, Lord Krishna says, Idam shariram kaunteya kshetram iti abhidiyate. Hey kaunteya, this body is kshetra, is anatma, non-self. The word kshetra, because the current word kshetra, kshetrajna. And so, this is made up of two entities. Subject and object are combined. Etadyo vetitam prahu. The one who knows the body is called subject. Kshetra means object. Kshetrajna, subject. So in one eye, that is split, there are two parts. One eye is a union of subject and object. I call this body as I, alright. What is body? Object. Who am I? Subject. Remember the Tattvam Chintaya, that's what he says. Tattvam Chintaya, that's all, simply. Tattvam Chintaya tadiha bhrataha. Oh my brother, think of Tattvam, the reality. I am subject. Whatever I know is object, simple. So when Lord Krishna uses the word body, shariram, he means not only the gross body but also subtle body, causal body, shariratrayam. Because you are aware of the physical body, you are aware of your mind, sense organs called the subtle body. You also are eliminator of the ignorant, the deep sleep state, causal body. No body is body, that's all. You don't have to do anything with it. Nothing is to be done, thank God. In jnana, no karma is involved. Nothing is to be done. All that is required is know the things as they are. So know the body is object. Mind is object. Sense organ is object. Know yourself as subject. So then, tell me, what should be the nature of subject? Changing or unchanging? Tell me. You see, body changes, object changes, subject doesn't change. Mind is object changes, subject doesn't change. Sense organs object change, subject does not change. So is subject one who does not change, right? What is the object? Changing. Objects are many. Body is that. Subject is one. Objects are changing. Subject does not change. See the rule? Druk Drishya Viveka. Drishya is many. Changing. Drashta is one. Rupam Drishyam. Lochanam Druk. All the forms and colors are objects. Eyes are subject. Forms are many, colors are many, eyes are one. So when there is red color, eyes don't change. Yellow color, eyes don't change. Round form, eyes don't change. So what's the rule? Object is many. Red, yellow, and changing. Subject is one. It does not change. Simple rule. But then eyes also change. Now the knower of red color, then the knower of yellow color. Tadrishyam druptamanasam. Eyes also are drishya. They are also object because they are also changing. Eyes. Now what? Knower of red color, knower of yellow color. Eyes are object, ears are object, sense organs are many. Who is the subject? Mind is the subject. So who knows the eyes? Who knows the ears? Mind. Do I see? I can't see well now. How do you know? With the mind. So with the mind I know that I can see well. Andyam, manyam, patatvam cha. Andyam means I cannot see at all. Mandyam meaning I see something. I see general but not particular. कुछ shape दिखता है, I can see some shape but I can't recognize what that shape is. There's some madhyam. Know the general but not particular. Patotvam, I know particular. All of these are the nature of eyes. Changing. Who knows all this? The mind knows that. So mind is the subject. Eyes are the object. But then even mind also. Hrihi, dhihi, bhihi. All kamaha, sankalpa, sometimes desire, sometimes resolve, sometimes fear, sometimes intelligence, sometimes dullness, sometimes memory. Changing. So who knows that? Drushya, dhimrutya, sakshi, drugeva nato drishyate. There is even also the witness of the mind. Where is that? Consciousness. Who is the witness of consciousness? Nato drishyate. This thing sequence has to come to an end somewhere. Drugeva, sakshi drugeva nato drishyate. The sakshi, the witness, the consciousness, the ultimate subject. Other fellows are subject and object both. Outside things are objects. Eyes are subject with reference to outside, but object with reference to mind. Mind is subject with reference to sense organs, but object with reference to consciousness. Consciousness is subject. Object with reference to something? No. Subject and never the object. Etadyo vetitam prahu kshetrajna iti tadvidah. So one who knows, what does he know? The world, the body, sense organ, mind, who cannot be known, whose ultimate knower is called kshetrajna, the self, the consciousness. Tattvam chintaya. Think of tattva, think of reality. I am blind. Hey, wait a minute. Tattvam chintaya. What is blind? Eyes are blind. I am deaf. Ears are deaf. I am lame. Legs are lame. I am dull. Mind is dull. I can't remember. Mind does not remember. Lot of difference. Mind does not remember is one thing. I cannot remember is a different thing. When I cannot remember, I am helpless. When mind does not remember, the problem belongs to mind. Therefore, the problems belonging to object are superimposed upon some. That's Jiva Srishti. And the eyes do not see Ishvara Srishti. I do not see Jiva Srishti. Mind becomes dull, Ishvara Srishti. I am dull. So that mind is dull is not a problem. What's the problem? I am dull is a problem. Eyes can't see well is not a problem. I cannot see well is a problem. Mind cannot remember much is not a problem. I cannot remember much. So how Where there is no problem, we are creating problem. That's called Jiva Sushti. They are all experts in creating, in turning a situation into a problem. Dasanam, that's all right. Please make me a servant of a servant of a servant. It's all right. Because when I'm a devotee, I feel that I'm something. So make me a devotee of a devotee. So I don't feel that's a way of getting out of this business. But we must know that this business is created. Jiva Srishti. To become free from that, Lord Krishna says a very simple rule. Idam Shariram Kaunteya Kshetram iti abhidhyate. Hey Kaunteya, this body is called Kshetram. Etadyo Vetti. One who knows. What kind of knower? Knower who is not known. Because we may say mind also knows, but mind again is known. So somebody knows the mind also. The one who knows everything. Upadrashtanumantacha bharta bhokta. Later on Lord Krishna will say, who is this fellow? Who is the self? Who is Kshetrajna? Upadrashtanumantacha bharta bhokta maheshwara paramatmedi chapyukta dehesmin purushah parah. Asmin dehe purushah parah. In this body, the Purusha. What is Purusha? Purnatvat Purusha. In this small, little, insignificant body, that is Purusha. Purna. Whole, complete. Parah Purusha. Para means what? Supreme. The Supreme Person. Supreme Purusha. Supreme Self, the limitless, is in this body. What is it called? Upadrashta. Upa means what? One who is in proximity. Upa. So when you know Sanskrit, then you know these basic things. There are prefixes, suffixes, verbs. So verb has a meaning. When you add one prefix, it now adds some meaning. So drashta means seer. Drush means to see. So one suffix is added. So drashta becomes seer. Upadrashta. Upa means what? The proximate drashta. See what flexibility they have in this language. That drashta is seer. So you think that I am a seer, seeing through eyes. So Upadrashta, you are the most proximate seer. Eyes are seers, all right, but more proximate than eyes are the mind. Mind is seer, all right, more proximate than mind is the self. Upadrashta. See, one word will bring you to yourself, This fellow, what does he do? He is sitting there, Anumantacha. One thing Lord Krishna said, second verse. Kshetrajñam chapimam viddi sarvakshetreshu bharata. He Bharata, he Arjuna, in all kshetras, in all upadhis, in all personalities, in all body-mind complex, in all costumes, know me to be the actor, know me to be the self. Who am I? Narayana, Ishvara, Brahman. Swami, what do you mean? Bhagavan is your Atma? Narayana is everybody's Atma? If Narayana is Atma, then how come he does not stop a thief from committing theft? How come? If Bhagavan is my Atma, should not the thief stop the thief from committing theft? This star is shooting somebody. Bhagavan is sitting right there. How come doesn't do anything? Because Anumanta, Anumanta means permitter, who permits everything. does not interfere. If he starts interfering, then there will be big problems. That is called the real leader, does not interfere. Meaning that Atma does not interfere, permitter. Whatever mind says, mind does, mind is committing theft, okay. Mind is giving charity, okay. Mind gives, okay. Mind grabs, okay. Mind gives birth, okay. Mind kills, okay. Anumantacha. Meaning what? All these activities, what we call thief, what we call terrorist, all of these are what? They are all drishya, because upadrashta. All the drishya. What is drishya? Drishya is not the Atma. Drishya is only a costume. It is not real. So thief is not real. Is not real. Who is real? Narayana is real. Kshetrajnam chapimam vidhi sarvakshetreshu bharata. So know that I am the self. Narayana is that Kshetrajna, is the subject. Who is Narayana? Antarbahis tatsvaram vyapya Narayana sthitah yaccha kinchit jagatsvaram drushyate shruyate viva. Antarbahishata, where is it? Where does this come? Where does this passage come? Narayana doesn't know. Narayana Sukta, Purusha Sukta. Yeah. Narayana Sukta also is called. Yet Chikinja, see your glory, they're singing. Yet Chikinjit Jagat Sarvam Drushyate Shruyate Viva. Samagra Jagat, the whole universe. Drushyate, that which is seen, meaning what? Which is proximate. Shruyate Viva, heard, which is away, which is here and there, present and future, earth and heaven. Yet kinjit, whatever it is. Drushyate, Shruyate Viva, Antar Bahish Tatsaram, Vyapya Narayana Sthitah. The Narayana obtains, pervading everything, inside and outside. Kshetrajnam chabimam vidhi sarva. That Narayana is a self. What is the dimension of the Narayana? The one who pervades everything, inside and outside. Who is everything? That's what you are. Therefore, Brahmava idam agrasi. This person, even if he does not know, he is Narayana. Doesn't know. Tadatmanameva aham brahmasmiti. Fortunately, he came in contact with a very compassionate teacher. Out of compassion, told him, Nasitvam samsari. Hey, you are not samsari. You are Narayana. You are Brahman. Atma, then he came to know that his own self. Aham Brahmasmiti. I am Brahman, I am Narayana. Tasmat tasaram abhavat. Once he knew I am Narayana, he became everything because he was everything. So subject is self, is Narayana, all pervasive, self of all. Ishvara Srushti. Jiva Srushti, I am only this much. So Narayana, who is the self of all, is however thought to be only self of this one body mind sense complex, with all pervasive, taken to be limited, helpless, helpless. Jiva Srushti. All we need to do is remove Jiva Srushti. Ishvara Srushti, all right. No problem. How do you remove Jiva Srushti? Simple by rule. Drug Drishya Viveka. What is Viveka? Separation. Drug Drishya. Separate the subject from the object. Simple. Tattvam Chintaya. You think about yourself, tattvam chinta. Oh, I did this, tattvam, who did it? Where does the doing belong? Doing belongs to organs of action. Doing belongs to the mind. What is your participation in doing? Upadrashta, proximate witness. All doing takes place. Acharya explains Upadrashta. Just as when some big ceremony is taking place, homa is taking place, fire ritual, so many priests are there. You will see on the 5th of August, 16 priests will be there. But there is one fellow who watches them. He is called Brahma. There is a priest of Rigveda, he is called Hota. Priest of Yajurveda is called Advaryu. Priest of Samaveda called Udgata. Here we have all priests only of Yajurveda, but typically in a big ceremony, priests from all the Vedas are there. Each one has a duty. So, Hota, priest of Rigveda, invokes the Devata. So, Devata comes. Priest of Yajurveda makes offering. Priest of Samaveda praises him. And Brahma, the priest of Atharvaveda, watches, supervises. So he doesn't do anything. Things are all done by the other priests. Rigveda priest calls Devata. Samaveda sings his glory. Yajurveda priest makes oblation. This fellow is watching. So whereas all activities are taking place around, this priest is called Brahma, very proximate, right in the midst of them, not somewhere there. Priests are, all activities are taking place in the midst of activity. He does not do anything. What does he do? He watches them. A non-participating witness. You follow? Similarly, Atma is also Upadrashta. Lots of activities are going on. Eyes are seeing, ears are hearing, hands are working, legs are walking, mouth is eating, mind is thinking, memory is remembering. What an amount of activity is going on. When a big homa is done, so many things are going on there. This fellow watches everything. So much activity is going on. One just Upadrashta. In the midst of them, watching everything, blessing everything, a non-participating witness. Anumantacha, the priest asks. So the rule is that every priest before he does seeks permission from Brahma. He says, Om Anumanta. Okay, go ahead. So Atma is Anumanta, as though permits everything. Happy with the activities going on. Bharta, Bhokta, Maheshwara. Bharta means husband. Bharta means supporter. Atma is supporter. Bharta. How? Because Atma is, therefore, this body, mind, sense complex is Asti, Bhati, Priyam. The body is. So, isness of the body, where does it come from? From Atma. Body shines in the conscious. Where does it come from? Bhati, Atma. Body gives me joy. That capacity comes from where? Atma. So Atma is supporting, sustaining his body by imparting Asti, Bhati, Priyam, isn't it? This fellow can't survive, can't exist. Bharta. One who is a supporter. One who feeds, supports, nurtures, nourishes. By imparting Asti, Bhati, Satta, Sphurti. Bhokta, the enjoyer. Self is the enjoyer. Enjoyer means what? The knower. Means the illuminator. Maheshwara, Paramatma. That is the Kshetrajna. Etadyo vetitam prahu kshetrajna tadvidah. Subject is Kshetrajna, is like this. Tattvam chintaya. So, that's what. Kahatvam, kastvam, who are you? Who am I? I am the subject. Change as subject. Non-participating witness. One who witnesses everything. One who blesses everything. Dva stuparna savirya sakhaya samanam vruksham parishasvajate tayoranyah piparam swadvati anasnanya abhichakasiti. Upanishad, there are two birds, same tree. One keeps on fluttering from one branch to the other, eating variety of fruits. Other one does not participate, does not flutter, does not eat, is just blesses. So one bird is what? Body, mind, sense complex keep on fluttering from one branch to the other, from one karma to other, one karma phala to other karma phala. Other bird, abhichakashiti, just watches, just blesses, gives satta, spurti, without non-participating, non-changing. So changeless, non-participating, asango hiyam purusha. So asanga, he is, there is no sanga, even though in the midst of everything, but not connected to anything. That's the real art, isn't it? To be in the midst of all activities and still not connected to them. So asangata is a value. Midst of all activities, even do all activities without being connected, without being attached. Sangha means attachment, unattached witness, without whom nothing can be done, who himself does not do anything. Without magnet, the iron filings cannot move, but magnet does not do anything. Without sun, no activities can take place on the earth. Sun does not do anything. Without the self, nothing can happen. Itself does not do anything. Kshetrajnam chapimam vidhi sarvakshetreshu bharata. So that's how the 13th chapter begins. Kshetra kshetrajna yoga. Separation of kshetra and kshetrajna. Later called Purusha and Prakriti. It is more expanded later on the same chapter. Also Kshetrajna here is called Purusha later. Kshetra is called Prakriti. So then Lord Krishna gives some more information about that. So we can do this Viveka separation. Any questions?
Swamiji, this bhakta word lends itself to be also
Bhakta, the enjoyer. Non-participating enjoyer. Abhichakashiti anashnat anya. Other one anashnat, without eating. So bhoktrutva meaning enjoyership is primarily in the mind. But because without the self that mind cannot do anything. Therefore, in primary sense, mind is the bhokta. In secondary sense, self is the bhokta. So all bharta, bhokta, all of them are secondary sense.
Swamiji, question. Very nicely you explained, Swamiji. Actually, you gave a glimpse of eternal peace. It's an unbelievable world you took for a brief moment. At potential, and it's very unfortunate that I'm not living it right now, and it's kind of shameful, I feel. So this is when you say it's clear, Swamiji, and when we think in our mind, we can actually meditation helps. But this is a
So
common
tattvam chintaya, remember this. Tattvam chintaya tadiha bhrataha. Oh my brother, tattvam chintaya. Do the vyavahara. Wife, tattvam chintaya. Child, tattvam chintaya. Father, tattvam chintaya. Engineer, tattvam chintaya. Employee, tattvam chintaya. Boss, tattvam chintaya. Meaning all of these are roles. The one who plays the roles is different from the roles. So role player is the subject, and father, son, boss, subordinate, whatever is or what, all roles at the level of costume, chinta. So that way also we can do this viveka as actor and the roles. That's another model. Subject, object, drug, drishya is one model. Actor and the role is another model. Who am I? I am the actor playing the role of father. Actor playing the role of wife. Actor playing the role of engineer. Actor tattvam chinta. So all the time tattvam. Don't say father. Tattvam chinta. I am the one who is playing the role of the father. Don't say I am father. Who am I? I am the one who is playing the role of father. Moments I am father, that says samsara. Father means problem, mother means problem. Moment you identify with the cause of problem. Swami says, this fellow is father. He is a son, 18-year-old. Now he has a new license. So he drives this motorbike. This is in India. Huge. Rajdoot. And he announces his presence wherever he goes. So he's removed the silencer from the motorbike. He wears a shirt but does not button the shirt. So his broad chest can be seen by everybody. And there is also a gold chain which his mother has given. That he displays. And he goes like that. So when father thinks of his son, then his blood pressure rises, School dropout, doing this. So moment father means problem of son becomes my problem. No, but Swamiji, my son is doctor, that is also my problem. Success also is success, my success is also a problem, potential problem. Failure is an immediate problem. Success is potential problem. Pain is immediate problem. Pleasure is potential problem. Problem is everywhere. I'm very happy. Good. You're happy because of what? Because of this thing. That thing that makes you happy can also make you unhappy. Understand that? That's the rule. It is a double-edged sword. Double-edged sword. Or ubhaya pasha rajju, that's what they say in Sanskrit. Rajju means rope. Pasha means the, what do you call it?
Snare.
A snare. So, for catching an animal, throw. See, all devatas have pasha, Ekadantam, chaturastam, pasha. What is it? Ekadantam, chaturastam, pasha. Radam tavaram, so pasha. Noose, exactly, noose. But double pasha rajju, noose on both ends, so you also can be caught. That's how this is. The one who makes me happy, he makes me unhappy, catches me. Why? Why does he make me happy? Because he conducts himself in a certain manner which I call comfortable. The one who can behave in one manner can also behave in another manner. You know why? Because dvandva, the pairs of opposites are built up everywhere. Everything in the universe is made up of dvandva. Where success is, there failure also is. Where pleasure is, there pain also is. So what can give me pleasure in one situation? That very thing can give me pain in another situation. Very thing. So when I say I am happy with this, I am declaring that I am empowering that thing to make me unhappy also. So tattvam chinta all the time. So therefore, that is how rules. Meaning that moment you think his father, blood pressure. Suppose his son is a very bright doctor and everything else, a millionaire. Makes me very happy because success of my son is my success. But then son does not write a letter, does not reply my email, whatever it is. Then same fellow who is means of my happiness becomes means of unhappiness. When my daughter comes home, I am so happy. Now she is to go back to college school. I am broken down. If Sanyoga, association, gives me happiness, Viyoga, disassociation, gives me unhappiness. That's how world is. We should know that. Tattvam chinta. Meaning, do not superimpose the problems of the role upon the actor, the player. So another model. The body is the costume and you are the actor. Another model. Body is object, you are subject. Body is costume, you are the actor. Actor is asanga. Beggar is where? In the costume. The wearer of costume is non-beggar, isn't it? He is a wealthy person playing the role of a beggar. When he plays the role of beggar, he gets a few million more. So becomes even wealthier. If by playing role of beggar you become beggar, nobody wants to play that role. But if because of too much inside, you start thinking I am a beggar, that's it. All problem of beggar become his problem. It's called Madira. Madira means wine, intoxicates. So there they call it Moha Madira. The wine of moha or delusion intoxicates. So this everybody is intoxicated because of the wine of moha or delusion. So I, mine, dislikable, all the result of the Madira, intoxication. So everybody let's live in the world of intoxication. We think that we live in the real world. So Jiva Sushti is intoxication. Pitva momayim pramada madira unmatta bhutam jagat. Bhartahari says, Pitva mohamayim pramada madiram pramada means inadvertence, ignorance. Pramad means not saying what is there, inadvertence, indifference. Pramada madira. Unmatta bhut, the whole jagat is intoxicated. Sees this fellow is dying. But death belongs to that. He never thinks that I will also die someday. No. This fellow invested money, he lost. He never thinks that I can also lose. Therefore, društva janma jara vipatti maranam trasasya notpadyate. Društva janma, we find birth, jara, old age, vipatti, all kinds of problems in life. He sees, but never thinks that this can happen to me also. He is never prepared, Who is an intelligent person? Who learns from others. This fellow waits for this to happen to him. What's going on? Nobody is alive, nobody is awake or what? Everybody is sleeping, everybody is intoxicated, nobody is in the real world. Unmatta bhutam gaya. Tattvam chinta tadiha bhrataha. Meaning that when we get an occasion, some little, in between activities, you get a few minutes, then go back. Tattvam chinta, all right, I'm doing all this, it's all fine, I'm an engineer, this, that, but who am I? Playing the role of engineer, playing the role of father, playing the role of mother. You know what it means? It means creating a distance. The one who plays the role is different from the role. So, father is the role. I do this and I should do it well. But that it belongs there. I should not superimpose upon me. They say, hey, don't wear your hat. Everybody keeps on wearing the convenient hat. Keep on wearing the hat. Meaning, keep on identifying. So, if you don't get time for meditation, doesn't matter. Take out a couple of minutes in between. Who am I? Playing the role. Right now, what role am I playing? I'm an engineer. I'm a manager. I'm father. I'm son. So play the role well, of course, that's our duty. Play the role well. You have to remember this is a role. So that we don't get carried away. Not to get carried away. Shivoham.
Where does the sloka come from?
Huh?
Tattam Chintaya, where does the sloka
Bhaja Govindam. Kate kanta kaste putra samsaro yamatiyo vichitra. Kaschatvam kah kuta ayata hai. Tattvam chintaya tadeh prata. Kate kanta dhanagata chinta vatula kimta nasti niyanta. Hey vatula. Vatula means one, too much vayu. Too much vayu means our mind starts running all over, When vayu prakopa is there, mind becomes restless, running. Hey vatula, oh restless fellow, oh distracted fellow. Vatula kimta nasti niyanta. Don't you know there is a niyanta in this universe? There is an Ishvara. Kate kanta dhanagata chinta. All the time doing chinta. Kanta dhanagata kanta chinta. Worrying about wife, then worrying about wealth, worrying about this, worrying about that, because I have to do all of this. Are you doing it? Or don't you think there is a niyanta? There is an Ishvara who does all of this. Did you create all this? Etc. So, Kate kanta dhanagata vatulukimta nasti niyanta. Trijagata sajjana sanjadareka bhavati bhavana taranayanoka sajjana sangati, satsanga.
One more question. This, like when we say 5 elements, like Akasha has only one element.
One quality, one guna.
One quality. But Agni has a form and color too.
Form and color is one only. Color. Form is what we infer. What the eye sees is only color. From that, we arrive at the form. So color and form go together. So Rupa. Rupa means color and form also. So color and form go together.
When you describe the eye and
How do I draw the face? That color distinguishes the face from everything else. That's why this is a shape. Eyes only see colors.
Swamiji, when there is pain in the body, how do you disassociate with that?
You need not disassociate. There is pain in the body. All right, I am the experiencer of pain. So that is okay. Now, no, that's a fact of life, and there is nothing we can do. We have to put up with it. But that pain causes some further problems. What will happen? Pain causes anxiety, causes fear, causes helplessness. That is our creation. Pain is Ishvara's creation. Doctor says that is also your creation, but forget it. Chalo, yaar. So you didn't do, you didn't walk, so the pain is there now. So maybe that all. But accept that the pain is Ishvara, is prarabdha. And we have to go through that. Meaning we have to suffer the pain. There is no choice. But along with that, when we create anxieties, fear, helplessness, so that is called samsara. Pain is not samsara. But emotional pain is samsara. Nobody can escape that pain.
Free will is
Hmm?
Free will, Swami.
Free will. Free will is Ishvara Srishti. Free will is given to us by Ishvara. What we do with it could be Jiva Srishti. If you abuse the free will, violate the orders, that could be Jiva Srishti.
In the 13th chapter, even though the Kshetra and Kshetrajna are described only in 2 verses, but the values are described in
5 verses.
yeah.
That is why, Tattvam Chinta we say, think about Tattvam. Focus attention on Tattvam. That you are the actor. But that requires a mind to do that. Usually this costume, sweeps us away. So when can I actually say I am an actor playing the role of father, I am the self playing the role of mother, when I can create a distance between the role and the self, which doesn't happen. For that, lot of preparation is required. We have to prepare. The mind has to must gain that kind of leisure, ability to create distance, not being carried away in the current of the mind, in the emotions. So, amanitvam, vadamitvam, ahimsa, shanti, all of this we have to do to acquire a mind which can create the distance, which can see this fact. The fact is there, tattva is there. We require a certain mind to see that tattva. For all binding, or can Jiva Srushti also help us? So, Jiva Srushti is binding. But wherever we substitute in that, the Viveka, then also Jiva does. So Jiva Srushti is identifying with the role. Viveka is separating the actor from the role. We will not call it Jiva Srushti, we will call it Viveka. But you can say that the mind can be binding and mind can be liberating. So mind which is predominant in Rajas Tamas is binding. Mind predominant in Sattva is liberating. So they talk of the Vidya Maya, Avidya Maya. That's why Ramkira Param used to use this expression. Vidya Maya, Maya is binding, but no, Maya also can be releasing. So when Maya is under the influence of Rajas Tamas, binds you. Maya becomes sattvic, your mind becomes sattvic, that very Maya becomes the helpful. So that's why we pray to the mother, become Vidya Maya, otherwise Avidya Maya. Meaning that when the mind becomes sattvic, that very mind becomes helpful to us. So Srushti means projection. Projection happens when there is Rajas and Tamas. Sattva is not projection, Sattva is seeing as it is.
Then why we have to cross over Sattva Guna?
First, we cross over Rajoguna, Tamoguna by Sattva. Sattva helps us to cross over Sattva. Sattva brings you up to here with a wall pole. Then you can drop it. So wall, that pole helps us transcending the pole. Sattva helps us transcending that. He needs some activity. He has to draw attention. Nobody looks at him, says to do something. I know. He takes out his hand also and does this. Okay? Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnaha Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Pyo Namah.